And we're back here on our high school video stream games of the week. Yes, it is plural this week. We just showed you the girls' game. Time now for the boys' game. It is Kimberly and Kaukauna. We are live here in Kaukauna. I'm Joey D alongside Zach Morris. And Zach, here we go. After what a game there in the girls' game, now we head on into the boys' game. Kimberly, let's start with them. Brand new coach, but very familiar coach in John Murphy. And what do you think he brings here tonight?
Well, it's still a different voice, and so far the players have responded pretty well. I mean, it is different. You hear the voices of Lucky Wirtz for so long, and you make the change. It lets the program go into a new mode where you can now, it's a new leadership. Just like everywhere you go, just because the leader's gone and you might have someone that's familiar, things do differently. So when you have a different leader, it's going to be interesting to see how the season progresses, especially in a crosstown matchup where you look for Kimberly and Kaukauna. It's been a rivalry, good games over the last few years. So it's going to be another step for that new role for Murphy.
As far as Kaukauna goes, Coach Mike Shallow, off to kind of a struggling start so far, but boy, I tell you what, not too long ago, I mean, state champions, we know what this guy can coach, and he brings in, again, kind of a new set of guys out there on the court, and boy, we've seen his success, though.
Well, we've seen Kaukauna where they struggle early on. You think, well, this might be a down year for them, and then lo and behold, they're right back in the playoff chase. Really great team for the conference, so maybe start a rough patch, but a home game against a rival, that can do a lot of help.
Oh, yeah, always sparks it, and it is Kimberly, it is Kaukauna. Doesn't matter what sport, it is always fun to watch this one. We had the girls' game. We got the boys' game coming up for you here momentarily. We'll have starting lineups and, of course, the tip-off. That is coming up next, our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week.
Wisconsin Savings Bank.
The low hum of heavy equipment, the drone of power tools, the swift movement of boots on the ground as craftspeople work safely and efficiently. These are the sounds of an active construction site, the core of our business. At Myron Construction, our teammates carry out the crucial job of bringing our clients' dreams to life. They hold in their hands the tools to make something out of nothing and build structures that will stand the test of time. Together, we are building excellence.
Here we go. Game number 2 is upon us here tonight. This time, boys basketball action between the visiting Kimberly Papermakers and the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. I am Joey D alongside Zach Morris. After the Papermakers took the girls' game, it's time for game number 2 here with the boys. And let's take a look at your starting lineups. First of all, for the Papermakers. And this is their projected starters here, led by Jackson Pawelewski. Headed to Wofford next year, averaging about 30 points a game, 6 boards, over 10 assists. Man, this is a guy who can do absolutely everything. They got a couple of guys who average in double figures. Polakowski with 12. Seth Myron, 13 points a game. A.J. Vandervonderen, 9 points a game. So a lot going on there with Kimberly. As for the starting lineup, again, for Kaukauna, they are led in scoring by the big guy, Chris Morgan, 25.8 points a game for Morgan. Also 25.3 by Amari Allen, so they are a two-man machine there for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. They come in at 2-4 overall, 1-3 on the season under head coach Mike Shallow. Let's bring in my broadcast partner. What are you expecting here in the boys' game?
This is going to be a game where it's going to be first for loud because we got the student sections that are just both here. I mean, they're really
Right
amped
next
up
to
for
us.
this game. So that's going to be a game where that's a follow. I mean, it's going to be interesting crowd noise. We're actually next to, not too far off from the Kaukauna student section. So that's going to be one of the loudest ones we're going to hear this season. So But this would be a matchup where the teams are always tight when they play each other. I mean, when you're able to have these matchups year in, year out, and especially, hey, we didn't get these full crowds that we had last season, so there's excitement for tonight.
Oh, man, is there ever. As they say, throw out the records. Come in. And these two teams, Kaukauna coming in on a bit of a losing streak. They've lost 3 in a row to Appleton East, Marshfield, and Hortonville. Kimberly lost their last game as well. They were at Oshkosh North. What a matchup that is. And what a conference it's going to be to watch all season long. Man, all kinds of collegiate talent on both sides here tonight. A little younger team for Kaukauna. Little mixture of everything. 6 seniors, 5 sophomores. 1 junior, 2 freshmen there for Kaukauna. Maker's pretty young as well. A lot more experience there. And we got a little delay as something happening with the nets.
There seemed to be an issue. There were a few balls that went on at once during the warm-ups, and they can't get the last loop into the hoop, as you can see there zoomed in.
Good job, Zach, on the color commentary and the camera here this evening. You see Mr. McGinnis coming out for Kimberly, asking what's going on. We might have to just get a whole new net.
That's what it seems like. Now, someone from Kimberly might give it a shot.
Yeah, that's Coach McGinnis and the athletic director getting the cheer from the Kimberly faithful. Boy, they really jam-packed them in here. I told you they would trickle in. And you could see it happening during the girls' game, which went to Kimberly, by the way, if you're just joining us. And, yeah, so a little delay of game is being called.
Now, I don't know how many extra nets are kept.
I'm sure they've got some available. They have to. Final score in the girls' game, by the way, 65-48. Kimberly ran away with it after Kaukauna jumped out to an early lead. Can Mr. McGinnis get this thing screwed in there right?
Well, now we got 4 people working on this, so we should have played momentarily.
A delay in the start.
Some confusion about what's going on with the net. We're seeing that all the way down the scorer's table with Santa Claus.
Hey, Merry Christmas. This, I believe, will be our last broadcast of the season on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream. Check out the full schedule, by the way. That's where we insert a little plug for that. Go to thescorewi.com and check that out. We just released that not too long ago. We have so many games. We're going to bring you both here and also on the radio on WHBY and The Score. Man, they are really trying really hard. Kimberly, both these schools are used to cutting the net down at the end of the season.
And I wonder if these hoops are a little bit different than ones you would have in your backyard or in your driveway, or even with the little basketball hoops that you have on the back of a door. Just the fact that maybe there's some struggling just trying to get this net through. Now there's a screwdriver being used, and I wonder if these are being held in with screws.
As they fix that, we'll tell you about the history of these two schools. Last year, Kimberly 25-3, and they get the cheer from the crowd. Nice job there, Mr. McGinnis. 25-3 last year, 17-1 in league play, tied for first with Nina, and they lost the state title game against Wauwatosa East. That was under head coach Lucky Wirtz. New coach this year, John Murphy for Kimberly. For Kaukauna last year, 15-11. They lost to Nina in the regional. Morgan averaged about 21 points a game last year. Back at it this year, 26 points a game. Hey, let's play some basketball. Controlled by Kaukauna. This should be one heck of a game, if the atmosphere has anything to do with it. Lob down low, tapped away. Keeping his composure, and he can't get it to go. Tyson Waldrop with the miss. And for the first time, here come the Makers. Three is missed by Sam Gingras. And so empty possessions for both teams. Mother with a nice pump fake, and then he didn't hit anything. He's going to hear that from the Kimberly crowd. Coming away with it. It's Pawlowski with the basketball for the first time. What a talent this kid has been over the years. Been so much fun to watch him, and that is why. Right on cue, Jackson Pawlowski, first three of the game. Man, he can shoot it from anywhere, partner. That guy is good.
It's just interesting hearing the cheers again with a full crowd, especially for a matchup like this.
Love it. Nice move in the paint, and the bunny's missed by Amari Allen. Into the corner, another three. Goes. This time Seth Myron. Back-to-back threes, and they've raced out to a 6-point advantage. It's going to be raining threes in this game like it was in the girls' game. We'll find out.
So far for Kimberly, they continued.
Morgan, right side over to Waldrop. Back to Allen, loses control, and it goes off of his foot. Trying to get after it was John O'Neill. First turnover of the game, and it goes on Kaukauna. It'll be Makers ball just down in front of us here. And again, what a crowd. Especially the student sections on both sides. You are so right, partner. It's so nice to be back in jam-packed gymnasiums. I was in Oshkosh about a week and a half ago for doubleheader down there. And here's our first foul of the game. And I mean, that place was rocking and rolling. Expect the same here tonight. Our first foul is going to go on Chris Morgan. Not what Kaukauna wants to see. Their leading big guy. Commits the first foul of the game. 2 minutes in. Kimberly has scored back-to-back three-pointers. With it is Myron in the paint. Floater. Rebound, put back, right place, right time, Sam Gingras. And they can do other things than three-pointers. 8-0.
Tough start for the Ghosts, but you just have to get something going offensively here. Just don't want to start out with a 10-0 deficit.
Tapped out from behind by Pawlowski. Right into the hands of Toby Formiller, one of our guys in black and white here tonight. Bob Fletcher, Mike Knespel. Our referees here for game number 2 of our doubleheader. Kaukauna trying to get something going here. Is there a little bit of a drought, and that is stolen away. Here is Gingras. And he missed it, but he fouled hard from behind. Hopefully everybody is all right. Tyson Waldrop came in a hurry. Sam was headed up for a two-handed flush. And instead, it's Tyson Waldrop committing the foul. That is the second foul on Kaukauna. Sam looks like he's all right. He will head to the free throw line. He's 6'3" senior. And he misses the first one. He will have another. Sam on the season.
Well, right now the foul's worth it just to be able to get 1 point off the board, maybe 2.
And he missed them both. Much to the happiness of the crowd sitting right next to us, the Kaukauna cheering section. So it remains 8-0. Ball gets away from John O'Neill. Leaves it for Allen. Looking for the screen, he gets it. Allen, floater, paint, got it. Amari Allen, the first 2 for Kaukauna. That's got to feel good if you're the Galloping Ghosts. Get on that scoreboard.
It's always a tough feeling when you're down 10-0. Great basket there by the Ghosts to be able to at least cut it down to 6.
Pawlowski, the follow-away. You cannot stop that. My goodness, he's got 5. Long three-pointer earlier, and then that fall-away. They can attack in a hurry. Almost thrown away, and now it is, and now a wide-open dunk. There you go. He finally gets this one. Nobody around for Gingras. He makes that one, adds to the lead. It is up to 10 for Kimberly, and a timeout is called. We will take one as well. 12-2 Kimberly, back after this.
I'm Julia Clemmy. I'm a member relationship officer. When it comes to auto loans, I like to explain to the members how the process works so that they understand how to do electronic signing, how they're going to pick up the check, where the deposit is going to come from. I can put it into slower gear for a first-time borrower, put it into overdrive for a borrower that's borrowed many times, and they can have a check within the hour. We help make life happen.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Well, a 10-point advantage. You just talked about it. Don't want to fall down this much this early or at any point in the game, but especially this early. We're not even 4 minutes in, and it's 12-2. And into the game, Carson Van Dinter, and they take it away. Also A.J. Vandervanren, and a layup, no, and Gingras there for the putback. Gingras, 6 points now for Sam. And the lead is a dozen.
Right now, everything's just kicking in right now for the Papermakers. And especially with the crowd fully on your side after that slam dunk.
Now what you want to see if you're a Kaukauna fan, get this team on a roll. Wide open three, and he missed it. Kalen Dvorak. And that is blocked away from behind. Kaukauna's got numbers. Dvorak passes it up, hands it off. Morgan for three. Bounces around, and the rebound down to Polakowski. He'll go coast to coast. Blocked from behind. What a block, Amari Allen. Oh. And at the other end, can he do it? He did. He did it defensively. He just did it offensively. Amari Allen, he's got all 5 of their points. What a nice little swing.
That was a hard-fought three-pointer for either team that was going to go in. Great job by Amari.
Oh, man. That was a monstrous block. And for nobody to be on him at the other end. There's Pavletsky. He's got 7, doing what Jackson does. And doing what Kimberly does. You go from Lucky Wirtz to John Murphy. Not a bad transition, but he would say so myself. Left hand layup falls. Carson Van Dinter.
Well, Coach Shallow, that was a huge timeout to get his team back on board because this right now, they're on a hot streak.
Back within single digits here. 6 minutes into the contest. The kick out. 3 in a corner, good. 3 more. Seth Myron, his second 3 of the game already. And again, a quick strike. (19-7) now, back up to dozen for the lead, and Kimberly gets it right back. Here's Pavletsky. He is going to be quite a talent at the next level. Another 3, and it's good. Owen Polakowski. Right when Kaukauna had a little bit of something going. Nope.
Well, it's just a continuation of the girls' game we have for the first game of the doubleheader. Every time Kaukauna tries to get something going, Kimberly just makes those big baskets the next possession.
Wild shot by Allen. He was double teamed on the baseline, jumped up in the air, had nowhere to go. And here comes Kimberly again. They kick out another 3. No way. Seth Myron, have yourself a first half, his 3rd three-pointer, and a timeout is called. Coach Shallow wants to talk it over. Woo, boy, Kimberly on a big-time roll. 25-7, back in a minute.
What is the mark of a true builder? At Myron Construction, we believe it's in the details. It's the strong sense of commitment to the people and places in which we work. The more than 100 years of experience we bring to every project site. It's our labor force, 1,200 strong. Our investment in cutting-edge equipment and technology. And our commitment to exceeding expectations. Most of all, it's our passion for bringing dreams to life. This is building excellence.
After tonight's game, get the gang over to the Hawk's Nest for some wings and pizza. The new Anytime menu is available 6 a.m. to close. Be sure to try their delicious Friday night fish fry. Oh, and there's free breakfast every Saturday morning, 8 to 11. Check out the newly renovated Riverside patio and stage with live music weekly with local and national acts. And a private dock for all you boaters. The Hawk's Nest, 1621 West Main Street in Little Chute.
Back to the action. After those commercials that make me hungry again. Step back three. Back iron no good from Morgan. He has yet to score, averaging 26 points on the season for Chris Morgan, the 6'2", 180-pound senior. Got to get him going if Kaukauna's going to have any kind of chance in this one. 5 3-pointers already for the Papermakers, doing what they do. Another one. Hey, they missed one. Until right there. Pawelewski, money. Jackson Pawelewski, his second, the 6'4" Kimberly. And it's an early runaway.
I did not expect a 20-point lead in this first half of this game.
It's 21 right now. And the bucket is made by A.J. Van Vonderen. Everybody getting in on the action. I can't even put it up on our scoreboard here quick enough. It is now 30-7. Zach, what's going on here?
Well, right now it's just perfect execution by the Papermakers, and not missing threes. I mean, this is what's so nice when you run a three-point style offense where you live or die by the three-pointer. If you make them almost all of them you shoot, you're going to have a great game, and that's how you have these big, giant scoring spurts, and plus Kaukauna not taking care of the ball. These turnovers also feeding the machine.
5 different players have scored now for Kimberly, led by Jackson Pawelewski, averaging 30 on the year. He's got 10 already, so Pawelewski 10, Kaukauna 7. And we're not even halfway through the first half. Oh my. See what Kaukauna does out of the timeout here. A little spin move underneath. And Waldrop misses an 0-footer. Here comes Jackson again. Kick out. Into that zone defense for Kaukauna. And Pawelewski, what a pump fake. He got Chris Morgan to jump right into him. And that is going to be Morgan's second. Team's third.
Yeah, that was a wicked pump fake to be able to draw a foul like that.
He's got 2. The leading scorer coming in. They got to have him on the court. Ah, guess what? Another 3 for guess who? Jackson's third. He's got 13 on the game. It's 33-7. We still got half of the first half to play. So I'm going to use that as optimism for Kaukauna. There's still a lot to play, but you got to start getting some stops. Got to put a hand in the face defensively. 6 threes now. 2 of them by Pawelewski. And they lose the basketball. That's nothing you can't be doing. He's given the ball to Kimberly. Into the corner. Another one. No, but the rebound put back. That's how you do it, boys and girls. As soon as the shot goes up, follow it.
What do you do if they keep making shots even after they miss threes? I mean, that's great execution once again on the offensive side. They're doing a great job just going after loose balls, and the shooting percentage has to be outrageous right now for the Papermakers.
Oh, and the 6'4" senior. And a travel is called. Amari Allen took too many steps in the paint as he was trying to get around the defender. Got to give it to the defense, too, of Kimberly. Boy, they are getting it done on both sides of the court. Under first-year head coach John Murphy, but he seems like he's been here for 30 years like a Lucky was. Lucky's son now coaching at Menasha. A couple coaching changes in the area in the offseason. And look at that, Kimberly made a mistake. First one of the game.
In the zone, just trying to use anything to stop this offense.
Allen is poked from behind by Polakowski. That'll be his first. And the first foul on Kimberly. I mean, they honestly, they have yet to do very much wrong in this game. This is quite a clinic. The boys from Kimberly. Coming off that state tournament last year. Foul away, and no, and a foul called on John O'Neill. That'll be his first. Off the missed bucket, 14 fouls now on the Ghosts. Just kind of the way the season's gone so far for Coach Mike Shallow. Pavleski will bring it across the timeline, set up the offense against the zone defense. Long three, good. Jamison Grawl gets in on the action. How do you stop that?
If you're shooting that far out, I mean, there's only so much you can do.
You can't. Trying to answer was Braden Baumgart. Instead, another long three by Chris Morgan, and that is way off the mark again.
I mean, there's plenty of time left, but I mean, down by 31 at this point with no signs of this Kimberly offense stopping.
6 in a row. Kimberly has won in the series. No way. He did it again. Jamison Grawl back-to-back three-pointers. I think he shot that one from his own high school. Blocked, but a foul is going to be called on Kimberly. Again, with Grawl,
well, here's
that's really hard to defend.
Here's the problem, Joey. There's nights where you just run in the buzzsaws. I mean, you just can't stop the other team. They're on fire. When they're shooting three-pointers like that, like 30 feet deep, there's only so much you can do.
Hey, first one is made by Amari Allen. Allen, a 57% free throw shooter in their first 6 games. He's got 6 of their 8. Make it 7 of their 9 for Amari Allen. 6'6", and only a freshman for Amari. I called him a junior earlier. He's only a freshman. Lots of talent there. 41-9. We'll get the scoreboard up to date. Stays with Kimberly. Still 6:29 to play here in this first half. Seemingly, it's not a perfect half, but no, 3 for 3. No, he missed that one. That would have been the 3rd in a row by Grawl. And the reverse layup is in for Waldrop. And so that makes it, they are in double figures now, 41-11. Another long three. Jackson misses that one. Loose ball rebound by A.J. Van Vonderen. Front iron bounces
Well,
off.
now you start to wonder, is the three-point machine starting to tire out a little bit?
My right hand is from writing down so many threes here in the book. And almost a slam dunk. Can't just lay it for Waldrop. His second bucket in a row. And a little 4-0 spurt here for Kaukauna. Not 1,013. That would be a record. There we go. And rolls around. No good for Van Vonderen. I think Kaukauna scoring the last couple of times they've had it.
And right now, Kimberly has no intentions to go for two-point baskets, it appears. They just want to go right for those threes.
Checking into the game, Carson Van Dinter, the 6'2" sophomore. Again, it hasn't been a perfect half, but they have done very little wrong.
Well, if you're a coach and this is the half you're going to have, this is what you dream of.
Yeah. And, of course, Murphy, no stranger to winning big all those years. Heading down to Madison. Ball knocked out of bounds. by Waldrop after the drive by Allen. 8th turnover now on Kaukauna unofficially to just 1 for Kimberly. 4:45 left here in this first half. Second half of our doubleheader. Kimberly won the girls' game. And another three. Jamison Grohl, where can't he hit one from? He averages 7 points on the season. He's got 9 on 3 bombs here in this first half. Extends the lead. The kick out. Waldrop in the paint, lays it in. That was pretty. He scored 3 straight times. He's got 6.
I mean, right now, if you're Kaukauna defending, you know what they're going to do is going to just go right for the threes out of the zone.
All passed up, another long 3. Baseball pass over to Pavletsky. Draws a crowd and draws a foul. They're either going to get Baumgart or Van Dinter. Yep, it'll go on Van Dinter. Carson's first. And team foul number 5. To the line is Pavletsky. This will be his first trip there. Trying to add to his 13 points, and he missed it. Rare free throw missed by Pavletsky. Came in about an 85% free throw shooter in the first 3 games for the Papermakers. And he misses them both. Wow. All right.
Break for Kaukauna.
Sure. See if they can take advantage. Under 4 to go. Got to get something going here as we head into the locker room. Here's Morgan, crossover dribble, step back, and he nailed it. Pretty move by Chris Morgan. Their leading scorer is finally on the board with his first 2 of the game. Down low, knocked away from behind. Michael Asman could not find the bottom of the net there. Kaukauna comes away with it. Mudler back into the game. They give to Morgan. Stop, same place as while ago, same result. Well, if he heats up, look out. 2 straight for Morgan. The 4-0 spurt here for the Galloping Ghosts with 3 minutes left. Passing up the 3, stepping inside that line. Missed by Seth Myron, who has 3 threes. And again, almost a slam dunk by Waldrop. That's the second time he's done it. And a 6-0 run here for Kaukauna.
So now the lead cut to 23. Now you're starting to feel a little more comfortable if you're Kaukauna.
Ins in and out for Grohl. And a steal. But takeaway. Almost slammed it. Jackson Pavletsky, 2 more for him. Give him 15 on the game, and a timeout is called. See if it's a full. It is. So we will take a timeout here. Your score on the screen there, 46-21. Back after this.
A century is made up of minutes, but more importantly, of moments. Moments of hard work, dedication, challenges, and triumphs. From Myron Construction, the past 100 years were built by the steady hands of tradespeople who laid a strong foundation, and continues to thrive because of our passionate team members. As we close this significant chapter of our history, our sights are set on what we will accomplish together in the years to come, because together we'll continue building excellence.
Bringing it back here to Kaukauna High School. Kimberly with the big lead, 2:27 remaining. I think I said earlier that this will be our last one. No. Well, that is incorrect. I will take that off the screen. Today is the 17th, and here we are in Kaukauna. Nope, don't want that one either. This is the one I want. Shot missed, the rebound put back is no good, but heading to the free throw line will be Carson Van Dintel. Foul goes on Gingras. That is his second, team foul number 3. This will be the third free throw of the game for Kaukauna, and he missed it.
Well, there's so much action. You got a lot of running up and down, and when you're in these run and gun type games, you start to struggle at the free throw line where you get to settle down and focus on your shot.
Second one is made. Give him 3 in a game. And it makes it 22 for Kaukauna. 26-22 until right there. The 11th three-pointer of this first half. The 4th one for Jamison Grohl. And oh, by the way, off the bench. 11 three-pointers. We're not even at the half. Minute 40 left to play.
And they'll be shooting more.
Yeah. There, finally he'll flush it. Third time is a charm for Tyson Waldrop. There were 2 other times where he probably could have had one, but right there, saw the lane and completed it. He's our leading scorer right now with 10 points. Another one rolls out. Man, when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. Jamison's definitely feeling it. 6'1" senior. Came in averaging 6.5. He's almost got 6 three-pointers. Right at a minute. Mudler leaves it for Van Dinter. On the drive off the glass. Pretty play for Carson. He's got 5. We'll see what Kimberly decides to do with it here. Looks like they are content just to toss it around and reset the clock here at halftime. It has been all Kimberly from the get-go.
I got a feeling this possession will still end on a three-point shot.
Yeah, I would not bet against you on that. Don't go to the sports book and bet against that. Just toss it around for the last, well, they got it with about 50 seconds left. Almost intercepted. They got to make sure they're actually getting in some good passes here. Under 10, now you got to go. Here's Pawlowski. Outside, Polakowski. Last second, he is just to the left by Allen. And that is how the first half comes to an end. It is actually 49-26. Kimberly almost to the halfway mark, to the century mark. Joey D and Zach Morris with you here this evening. Second half of our doubleheader. First half reaction here. What do you think?
Well, here's the problem. It's a rough night for Kaukauna fans because they just ran into a buzzsaw. And that first half was how you wish to play every game, especially against the zone if you're the Papermakers. I mean, they're having three-point opportunities, getting big timely steals too. I mean, there's been a great steals going on in this game. They don't have to take away the ball, and right now, when you're playing a game and your opponent keeps turning over the ball and you're able to score at least a half of those opportunities, you're going to have these big halves. So Kaukauna, if they can just take care of the ball, make a few of their shots, and just get their hands up and try to make life a little bit more difficult for these three-point opportunities, they can get right back in this game.
49 points led by Jackson Pawlowski. Headed to play D1 next year, averaging 30. He's halfway there, 15 here at the half for him. Let me count this, make sure I'm right. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 three-pointers for Kimberly in that first half. They came in averaging, let's see here. Kimberly outscoring their opponent. There's only 3 games in, but outscoring them 92-68 in the first couple of games. Well, they almost got there in the first half here tonight. Just what an amazing performance. Like I said earlier, wasn't perfect. They did have a few mistakes, but overall, they are knocking things down and getting things going. We are at the half. We will take a little bit of a break and come back with second half action in just a little bit. Back here in Kaukauna, our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream game of the week, or games here tonight of the week. In the girls' game, it was Kimberly winning 65-48. Here at the half, you are reading that score correct, 49-26. Kimberly jumped out to a big lead early on and has held on so far as we head on into the second half. I want to thank our sponsors here tonight. Couldn't do it without Fox Communities Credit Union. I mean, they have been with us from pretty much the very beginning of us doing this several years ago. So big thanks to them. Also, Myron Construction, East Wisconsin Savings Bank, and the Hawks Nest jumping on board for this season as well. As far as these two teams and their upcoming schedules, you see Kaukauna, and they head to Winona. Yeah, they are heading over to Minnesota for a tournament during the holiday break there. Winona and Worthington, and then their first game of the new year. I don't get too much easier, Oshkosh North for them. For Kimberly, only their fourth game of the year, but this is the second of a 5-game road trip here. They play 6 of their first 7 away from Kimberly. And next up for them at the Pier, then at Pewaukee. They start the year at Neenah in what promises to be a very, very good contest. Here tonight, 49-26. Here at the half, leading scorers, Jackson Paveletsky. No surprise there. He's got 3 3-pointers and route to 15 points. 12 for Jamison Grawl. He's 6'1" senior coming off of the bench. Knocked down 4 3-pointers. He's got 12. 3 threes for Seth Myron. He's got 9. 6 for Sam Gingras. 5 for Owen Polakowski. And 2 for A.J. Van Vonderen for their 49 points. For Kaukauna, double digits for Tyson Waldrop. Averaging about 10 coming in. That's exactly where he's at here at the half. He's got 5 field goals for 10 points. 7 for Amari Allen, the stud freshman. Averaging 25 points a game, held to just 7 in that first half. Chris Morgan also held in check. He averages 26 in the first 6 games of the year. But he's got 2 fouls and was held in check. 4 points for him. And 5 for Carson Van Denter coming off of the bench for the Ghosts. Joey D and Zach Morris with you here. And Zach, let's jump right into it. Again, I'll ask you what I did in the girls' game.
Well,
in the locker room, what do these coaches say right now?
Well, let's go with the team where everything's cooking. Nothing. If you're Kimberly, everything you ran in that first half, you have no reason to change anything unless the Ghosts come out and just play a lot more defensive strategy or more quicker. Then you may have to readjust some things. But no, keep it as planned. I mean, why would you change what's working for you right now? As for the Ghosts, you just have to keep that same philosophy they had in the final 7 minutes, where all of a sudden they were just on fire, clicking on all cylinders, being able to get back on track. So the question is, can they find that mojo they had in the last 7 minutes and bring it out of the half? So if they get able to do that, get some more stops, you're going to run out of three-point shooting abilities and get tired from three-point land for the Papermakers. So you have to strike when those lulls happen.
It's like the 1-3-1 put on by Kaukauna to open up the second half, and the alley-oop works. Owen Polakowski, they're right back at it, picking up where they left off in the first half. He's got 7. I thought he was going to slam that one away. Down low, it's up and in. John O'Neill, his first 2 of the game. Both teams scored on their first possession here in the second half. Quick start. And scored on their second possession. There's Paveletsky again. He's got 17. Rebound tapped around, and here come the Makers again. Can't even put it up on our scoreboard here. In the corner, Jackson got it. Paveletsky, another 3 for him. He's got 20 points in the game. And it's 56-28. They have doubled them up, and a turnover in the backcourt.
Well, right now the Papermakers are on that same start the way they had in the first half. A big turnover there, but still the ball's moving around. The offense is looking still better than it did early on in the first half for Kaukauna.
First turnover of the second half. First half, I unofficially had Kaukauna with 8. Kimberly, 1. Again, this is unofficial, but I only had him with 1 turnover. Hey, they missed a three. That one from Seth Myron. He's got 3 of those there in that first half. There's a made three by Kaukauna. That's got to feel good. And that is Mudler with the shot, and he made it. That one falls through. And Vondren, his second field goal of the game.
You almost forget they can score in 2-point baskets.
Yeah. They're scoring quicker than I can punch these in. Both teams are. That one batted around. Here comes Pavletsky. Kicks it to the corner. Skying for the rebound, Seth Myron. Another opportunity. Kimberly, man, do they crash the boards. They've been doing a lot right here this evening. Kaukauna doing their best. I mean, usually the zone forces you to shoot threes, but they're not afraid to do so. 12 of them here this evening. That one batted away.
Well, that's what the zone's for. Those long passes, get your hand on them.
Pavletsky has it blocked, rebound in. Sam Gingras stayed with it, and again, what I just talked about, crashing those offensive boards. Mudler with another three. Brandon Mudler, back-to-back threes for him. Trying to answer, Kimberly, unable to do so. And it's 60-34. Whistle in our first foul of the second half is going to go on Owen Palikowski.
So here's the problem if you're Kaukauna. You're trying to get within this 26-point deficit, but when you're in that run and gun type style with the Papermakers, if you can't get consistent stops, time's going to run off the clock. I mean, we're almost 4 minutes into this for the second half.
It's only the 4th overall in the whole game foul. They only had 3 in the first half. That's the first here in the second on Kimberly. Ghosts trying to get something going, and they throw it away. Transition. Got it. Pavletsky. And why not another 2 for him? He's got 22. We still got a lot to play. Three ball. Top of the key. Had a good look at it, but O'Neal couldn't knock it down. Got to get him going as well. Left-hand wild layup. Pavletsky won't fall. They had numbers, and they throw it away. Here come the makers, 2-on-2, jump stop. Corner, Pavletsky, bingo. Jackson Pavletsky putting on a clinic here this evening. 25 points for him. Wow. And the basket's made by John O'Neal. He's got 4. All of them coming in this half. Scoring coming in a frenzy. Both sides. That one just short. So they'll try it again and nail it. Another three-pointer for Kimberly. Second one of the night for Palikowski, and then the steal. And Pavletsky scores. 27 now for him. Layup at the other end is missed. And it is 70.
Well, now the Ghosts are in jeopardy of, after a couple more threes, to be in a running clock situation in the later stages of this game.
That will go on Maury Allen. That's his first. And the first on Kaukauna here in the second half. Yeah, that wouldn't happen, though, until the 9-minute mark. You have to get through half of the second half. And then if you're up by 40, then the clock does continue to run. So we still got 3:40 until that would happen. But you're kind of sensing it. The fact that you're even mentioning it right now. Another three, why not? Sink it again. Owen Palikowski, his third.
So right now, here's the goal for Kaukauna. You won't want that to happen because that basically ends any chances of a comeback.
73-36. That's 4 threes in this half. 16 on the game, and the drive, and it's good. Waldrop will head to the line. He's been their lone bright spot so far. And that goes on Van Vonderen, his first. Only the second team foul on Kimberly. And at the line will be Tyson Waldrop. And he made it the old-fashioned three-point play for the 6'6" senior. Still down big, though. Kimberly looking to add to it. 12 minutes left to play. Pavletsky and his 27 points. He's calling for it. He wants it. Now he gets it. Allen goes out to guard him. Good feed down low on the block. Braden. A.J. Van Vonderen. He's got 6. Came in averaging about 9 on the season. Here's Allen with the fadeaway. Ball batted around, goes out of bounds off of Kaukauna. 75-39.
I mean, this is just a tough strategy defensively right now for Kaukauna. You're so worried about the three-point shot, but you also have to be careful for passes like that. They can make great looks and find the open person under the hoop.
Passing up the 3, the skip pass. Pavletsky getting a breather. Long 3, Grawl hit 4 of those in the first half.
See, when you make those in the first half, you feel you can make them for the rest of the game.
Came up just a bit short on that one. There's a 3 at the other end. Doesn't go for Baumgart. Transition, here comes Polakowski, and he is fouled. They're going to get Waldrop. No shot. And that is going to be Tyson's second. Also the second team foul here in the second half. And the big lead here for Kimberly, trying to add to it from beyond the arc. Second chance again. Man, the offensive boards. Another 3. Got it again. That is his 4th. He's got 16 points in the game. Up to a 39-point lead. That one's missed.
Now nothing's just falling.
Baseball pass goes awry. Only the second turnover of the game on Kimberly, and a foul is called. That one's going to go on Asman, his first, team's 3rd. And fresh legs coming in. Brandon Mudler back in for the Galloping Ghosts. Trailed from the very get-go. Kimberly just jumped all over him from beyond the arc. And it's been working. Coach John Murphy. There's a good feed down low. Allen missed it, got his own rebound and put it in. Amari Allen, he's got 9 for the freshman. 2 more to Kaukauna. Nice ball movement, finding the open Van Vonderen. He's got 8 points. Everybody touching the ball, but not for long there for Kimberly, and they've reached the 80-point mark.
And that shows you how good they're able to move the ball around and the flow in the offense.
And a 3 is good by Allen. Give him. No, they only gave him a 2. All right. There's a 3. Polakowski. Another one. That's his 5th of the game. And it's 83-43. Now we're 9 seconds away from that running clock. Passed up the 3, and he carried it. Another turnover there on Kaukauna, and in 1 second, we'll have running clock. Let's go through those rules for you. The clock will continue to run unless there's a timeout called or an injury occurs. So it doesn't matter if it goes out of bounds or if it's a free throw. They will just keep on ticking here.
And I believe the clock always can go all the way down through running clock till the game's over.
Yep.
Regardless of how close it gets.
Yep, exactly. That's a good point. Even if they get within 40. And again, Brawl misses. A little colder than he was in the first half. Fought away. Batted around. Didn't go for Muddler. So Mike Shallow's team. A little trouble here. Nice feed down low. Jack Stats. The latest to score for Kimberly.
It's just one of those nights for Kaukauna. A fantastic outing again by the Papermakers, just being able to do whatever they want.
There's a three. Nope. Almost got the offensive board there. Instead, it'll be Butler. No, the putback is in. And Dintner. Back within 40. You got plenty of time left now. I mean, you have to ask the question. You're going to get to the century mark? Even with running clock? You only need 15. If they keep doing that, they will. Van Vonderen, he is in double figures with 10.
I mean, 13 points in 7 minutes would still seem impossible for them not to do it.
And a long three by Maury Allen, and the freshman is going to hear it. Promising future for that young man, though. There's another three for Kimberly. That's Jack Stetz. He's got 5 straight points. Trying to answer. Nope. All batted around. Comes up with it and slams it with the right hand. Amari Allen showing his hops. And something, at least, for the Kaukauna crowd to cheer about.
Yeah, let's get the student section back into it.
90 to 47 as I update things here. There we go. And that one off the mark. Stats was going for 2 in a row. Instead, it's batted out of bounds. We're going to go back to Kaukauna. There come a lot of the bench players. Jackson Wilds I see in there. Evan Johnson came in. Stats is still in. Let's see, also Thomas Myers. Bench is cleared, and we do have a timeout called. So we will take a quick one as well. It's 90 to 47. Back with the end of this one after this.
I'm Adam Landsver, and I am the Chief Lending Officer at Fox Communities Credit Union. Home values have really skyrocketed, and it would just make sense that now would be the time to take a look at your home equity. Having a home equity line in place will always be there for you in case of the rainy day, or you want to start up that business, or purchase that car that you never thought was going to come for sale. To be able to have that security blanket is really critical in someone's life cycle.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Here we go again. The only time that the clock will stop for a timeout there.
Well, that's what the word does, you know, timeout.
And whatever they drew up there worked. Brandon Muddler scores 2 more. He's got 8. And we'll see what the reserves can do here for Kimberly, and they turn the ball over. Fall away, no. Allen gets it. After that stuff, he's looking for another one. Working his way through a crowd, and instead he gets fouled.
Just trying to do whatever he can to will that ball into the hoop.
See they get this, and now the bench will clear for Kaukauna. That foul went on Jack Stetz, his first. Team foul number 4. This is where the broadcasters earn their money. CJ Langston in. Finley Dorio. Nathan DePrez. Let's see here. Connor Golden. We're getting some playing time here in the final 5 minutes of this one. It's been all Kimberly from the get-go. John Murphy's got himself quite a team. taking over for Lucky Wirtz. He passed up the 3. Now he takes it. Little hesitation. Why not? They're going to give it to me. I'll take it. Braden Baumgart, again, gives the faithful something to cheer about. Approaching the 4-minute mark. Off the glass. Little backdoor cut. Thomas Myers in the scorebook. Myers, 6 foot and a sophomore. His first 2 of this contest. He's back up to a 40-point lead. Outlet pass up. Trying to slam it, but fouled from behind. Evan Johnson using his size, 6'7", and a senior.
Now with running clock, you see how fast time does fade off when you're shooting free throws.
It's Golden's first, 3rd team foul. And Evan Johnson, tallest guy on either team. It's a free throw made. He's in the book. Now the race is on to get to that century mark that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, but fouls can make that a little bit more difficult.
And he made them both. Three to go. Kimberly only their 4th game of the year. Wonder how dangerous this team is going to be come February and March. They stay healthy. You say that about any team, I guess. Layup is no good, but Connor Golden will get some free throws. The 6-foot senior. That's Jack Stat's 2nd straight foul.
Now the tough thing moving forward for Murphy's staff is going to be how to get your players to play like this every game. Now, granted, you're not going to be facing the zone every night. I mean, trying to use the zone against Kimberly right now just shows that at least tonight is not a good idea.
First one missed, second one is in, rolled around and got in there. So Golden scores one for Kaukauna and more players coming in. Drew Esselman getting on the court. 41-point lead here at the 2-minute warning for the Makers. Do a little 3-man weave out front. Practice that. Oh, and he threw it right to Coach John Murphy.
Now,
not looking at it was Johnson.
Having players that normally aren't in at this time, I mean, he assumed that someone was behind him to receive that pass. Just turned out to be no one.
Well, somebody was, but it was the coach.
Yeah, you don't want him catching it during the game.
Nah. $1:20 left. See what the reserves have. 3 bounces off the back iron. Nathan DePrez. Approaching the 1-minute mark before we put this one in the books. 3 is good. He got it. Evan Johnson, all 6'7" of him. He's got 4 points in a hurry. They're up to 97. They didn't put it on the board yet.
Well, you're going to find out on this possession, Joey, how important is trying to score 100.
I think they have 97. They have 94 on the board.
I believe it's 97 as well.
They just didn't put it up yet. 30 seconds left. And a steal. And the land. C.J. Langston. How about that? Still haven't put it up on the board. Now they got 96. That was a 3, though, wasn't it? They got 96 on the board. I guess that's what we got to roll with. But that is going to do it. Kimberly Papermakers are now on 7 in a row over the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. With your final score here this evening, it says 97. There they go, it is 97. They put it up on the board. It is correct. Final score 97 to 55. Last second thoughts here, Zach Morris. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it was a great atmosphere to start out. You had both student sections here all pumped up, especially since not all students could make it to the game last season under the COVID protocols. So great to see a full house again for a big matchup with Kimberly and Kaukauna, girls and boys matchups. And really, it was just a one-sided game for both games. I mean, the fact that Kimberly just couldn't be stopped against for the girls, and then in this game alone, Joey, it just was bonkers. I mean, shooting threes that are far away, 10 feet beyond the three-point mark, and continuing just to make every single shot, and doing a great job defensively and scoring all opportunities when given. I mean, this is a perfect gameplay. When you break down the film, I'm sure there's some bad parts you can find, but this would be a game film that every coach would love to break down.
Take a guess. How many do you think they made?
15.
Higher, Bob.
19.
Exactly. Ding, ding, ding. 19 three-pointers according to my records here. 19 of them for the Papermakers. Did not get to that 100 mark, but still very, very impressive outing in just their fourth game of the year. They upped their record to 3-1, and like I said, 6 straight now in the history. They've won 11 of the last 13 between these two schools. Papermakers on a roll again to start the year under the new head coach, John Murphy. 3-1 in both regular season and in conference play. As for the Ghosts, they fall to 2-5. They dropped their 4th game in a row. They are now 1-4 in Fox Valley Association basketball here in this early going of the season. Thanks again to our sponsors here tonight. By the way, a leading score, 27 points for Jackson Pavletsky, and they took him out just a couple minutes into the second half. He had 27 points, so he didn't get to his average of about 30, but still very impressive. 27 points for him. Also, 5 three-pointers by Owen Polakowski. He ends up with 19 points. Leading scorer, Tyson Waldrop, had 13 for Kaukauna. Also, 14 for Amari Allen. And Chris Morgan held in check. Only 4 points in this one. He came in averaging 26. He came off a 23-point, 6-rebound, 5-assist game against Hortonville. Only 4 here this evening. One of the big stories. Thanks to Fox Communities Credit Union. Thanks to Myron Construction. Thanks to East Wisconsin Savings Bank. And thanks to the Hawks Nest. All of our sponsors of our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream games of the week. It has been a fun evening here of basketball. Girls win it 65-48 for Kimberly. And you see the final score there. The boys win it 97-55. Check out our website for our upcoming schedule. We just put that out. So we have a whole bunch of games that we're going to be broadcasting both here and also on the radio side, on the Score and on WHBY. For my broadcast partner, Zach Morris, I am Joey D. Bidding you farewell from Kaukauna. Where again, your final score, Kimberly 97 and Kaukauna 55. This has been a presentation of Woodward Communications.